I actually think a girl might win this.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it might be like a lightweight person.
Yeah.
It might be one of those. So then the only thing...
Obviously, we didn't get to see who was the winner.
No, and we're not going to get spoilers this week, I hope.
Not, unless I've got something to do with it.
Yeah. So the only thing left to say was next Thursday, it's a triple eviction. Triple eviction is always a car crash. That's how when Kevin left last time at the triple eviction. And Willow.
But actually, what it always works out
Bruno,
as is a double and a single, isn't it? The way it works in practice.
I'm pretty sure it's Kevin, Willow, and Bruno who went in the triple.
Oh.
Yeah. Willow. God.
Well, maybe it's a natural order of things.
Yeah,
and Kevin
will go again. You don't know.
Triple. Can you imagine? We're going to lose 3 of these housemates next week.
How many would be left? How many's left now?
There's a final 9. Kevin's gone as Bruno's gone as 8. There's
How
8
is
left.
There 8? I can't even name 8 people.
7, 6, 5. So we're on to final 5.
Wow. So it must be over like
They're cutting them out quickly.
So it must be over in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, because it says in the opening VT it said like May the 19th or 20 something.
That's miles away.
Oh, yeah. And you've got to have 2 in the final. Yeah, because we've got 5 left, 2 in the final, 3 more evictions, so that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more weeks of Big Brother.
Okay. Oh God, that still sounds long.
Bit too long.
So have you got Odyssey this week or not?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, we'll go straight to feedback. We're not got much feedback. We've got like one thing. Well, yeah, one thing.
We've got history lesson.
Hold on. So we might have only got one bit of feedback this week. Actually, Laurie did message, but that was more of personal matter about a back garden.
Nice garden. Good fence work.
But
lovely greenery.
We were asking, hi Laurie. We were asking about Canada and the history of it and such and such.
Basically, in the last podcast, we said that we didn't understand why there was that little French bit in Canada. It didn't make sense to us. Yeah.
And would you know, Arissa Cox herself sent us an email explaining a few things to us about Canadian history. Gaz?
It was a very comprehensive history lesson.
It was really good. What did she say?
So this is what Arissa said. So here's a crash course in English-French. Should I do the accent?
No, please don't. We'll never hear from her again.
But the only bit I can do is right now. So here's a crash course. Wow.
Whoa.
Here's a crash course in English/French in Canada. Both the British Empire and France. Both the
Drunk reading cue cards.
Deception grave. Both the British Empire and France founded Canada, presumably 150 years ago.
That's not
right.
Wrong.
It's not long ago. I've got CGI fireworks though, so it's legit. But the Brits won.
Of course we fucking did.
So
you fell over.
She goes.
Canada fell over.
So yes, Queen Elizabeth is our queen too, and is on all our money.
Unlucky queen.
And then she says, "No one cares."
Yeah. Oh.
And I was like, I like to think that I don't care either. But if someone said to me, "I'm going to take the queen off the money," I'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
True. Yeah. True.
No one cares that she's on the money. Compromises that we are an officially bilingual country, so everyone learns French also in school, but so do we, because they're our neighbours, sort of, apart from Wales. That's part of us. So Quebec is our biggest province, beside 9 others and 3 territories, and it's French speaking. 8 million people out of 35 million in Quebec. In the 90s, we had a Brexit-style referendum, and by 1%, we avoided Quebec splitting the country in 2. So presumably that was Quebec voting on whether they want to split from the rest of Canada, and just 1% said they didn't want to. I mean, 1% extra over, so they didn't want to.
Well
That's
done,
close,
Canada,
isn't it?
for keeping your shit together.
And we were like 1% the wrong way of leaving Europe, weren't we? Idiots.
4% also.
4%, whatever, same shit, not enough percent.
4 seconds.
Have you got 5 seconds? Got a minute? No. Montreal, aka the coolest city in Canada where Dre's from, has the most bilingual people, and most of the rest don't speak any English at all, and a minority who speak it do it as well as most other English folk speak French.
Oh, badly.
She says so not good.
Badly,
so basically she's saying like, we don't speak French very well. And we don't. Trois-Rivières is the city William's from. I did a summer of French immersion there. Exclusive! While in uni. And let me tell you, like 90% have no idea what English is. Growing up in Toronto, I really had no idea, she says. French-Canadian culture is pretty insular, but they generally look down on the actual French from France.
I love that.
The actual French.
I love that.
You were like, that is so French.
Yeah.
That the French are looking down on the other French.
I love that.
Probably because the French generally look down on them.
Of course they do.
So both ways are looking down on each other. Why don't they like...
That's funny. You think that they'd want to both visit each other's country.
Build bridges, not walls. That's my thing.
Yeah, but it's French. You know what French is like.
I know, they hate us, don't they?
Snooty, yeah.
Mind you, I'm about to go to France next week.
Yeah, but Disneyland don't count.
Disneyland don't count, no. But Mickey Mouse speaks French there. And one time when I was in Disneyland, I was like, why is Mickey Mouse speaking French?
Yeah.
And I overheard a French girl saying French because we're in France.
Good point.
I was like, all right, fair point.
Yeah, but Mickey Mouse is American, so shut up, bitch.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. But they make it all bilingual. It's like Canada. Basically, Disneyland Paris is like Canada.
You heard it here first.
But with a better castle. And also, last time I was in France, I was in a bakery, right? And I went, I was trying to order some, I don't know, croissant or whatever. And I was like, excusez-moi, je n'ai pas l'anglais. I don't speak English. And she was like, oh, but you do speak English. And I was like, no, that's as far as it goes. I'm just telling you that I can't speak French in French.
Okay.
But because I'd just spoken French, she was like, but you do speak French. But in a playful way, not in a horrible way. It was good. We do have that school French, don't we?
Yeah.
Just about.
Je m'appelle Lindsay.
Yeah, dans ma chambre, il y a all that stuff.
Le poisson.
So, back to Arissa's history lesson. She said that their accent, this is the French Canadians, to French ears, sounds like inner city American or Southern American accent would sound to a Brit.
That's interesting.
So that's like, what, like, no, Southern American, like proper country. That's like yokels.
Yeah, like thicko.
Yeah, thickos.
I like that accent, that's nice.
Like, basically like Dylan.
Yeah.
No, like when Dylan said, we're making bear sausages tonight.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
So because, and this is hard, Quebecois culture, I think, is so independent, their ratings for their top TV shows, for instance, dwarf Canada's because their like population is so much bigger.
Even though there's only 9 million or whatever she said out of 35 million, their ratings are so much higher.
That's interesting, actually.
Because maybe more of them are watching
French TV though, isn't it? French speaking TV. But that's, I don't know how that works.
Maybe they're more passionate about, the things that they're into, sort of thing, whereas other Canadians are off doing other things.
Being cultured and whatever, not being insular, getting out of their homes.
I like being insular.
Not being insular, I mean.
We're insular, so I can relate to that.
Not really. We're extending out to BB Can. That's not insular.
I know, but I'm insular in my hobbies and outlook. I'm like backwards sort of person.
No. Just a small town girl. Anyway, so their TV ratings dwarf the rest of them.
That's very interesting.
Even though the population is so much smaller. And that is really actually interesting. I don't quite understand it.
I think I do, because they're very like family orientated, and
so
they all just kind of sit around watching TV. Yeah,
could be. So for the rest of English Canada, it's only the American shows that get insane numbers here.
I know they watch American Survivor and stuff out there. So.
Yeah, well, Arissa plugged it during BB Can.
Yeah.
And MacGyver. So yeah,
that's really
Arissa,
interesting.
I would like to say thank you for taking the time to write out a load of shit that we could have googled because that took effort and that was insightful.
And thank you for even listening to this program, which is insane.
Program.
Shut up! I'm just tired. It's 2:30.
This is a long one as well, so if you've made it here,
this is a marathon.
Fair play.
Yeah. Hashtag. I'm sorry.
Hashtag shit Arissa listens to.
Yeah, hashtag fucking hell. Anyway, looking forward to the triple eviction next week.
We've got a couple of shout outs that you want to give.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of retweets.
So glad
Thank you to Mario for the retweet.
Thanks, Mario.
And also Bad Monkey.
Bad Monkey. Always good.
And Laurie for your email, your one lonesome email in the inbox, the dusty old inbox of BB on Blast. If you do want to send us an email,
probably the reason we ain't got any emails because I never say the fucking email address.
No, we do.
Oh,
bbonblastpod at gmail.com.
Wow, even you know the email.
I know it now.
This is good.
And if you want to follow me on Twitter,
Follow me. I'm BB_superfan.
Mm-hmm. Can you do mine?
And if you want to follow Lindsay on Twitter, because she can't be asked to tell you herself, it's at LightUpVM.
Mm-hmm.
Read Lindsay's book.
Add me on Snatch. No, don't
Snatch.
don't steal my Don't steal my
That
parcels.
sounds like a dodgy
I know,
app.
it's rude, isn't it? It is a dodgy app where you steal people's
Yeah, but
parcels.
it sounds like it's to do with something else. Snatch.
Don't add me on there, that's rude. Read my book, First Aid Girl. Can you leave us an iTunes review? And
I've heard you've been spotted on
what?
other apps this week.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm joking.
Shut up. And follow us on no, what was I
Follow
gonna say?
the podcast Instagram.
Leave us a love heart and I don't know what
Do
else.
us a retweet.
Yeah, all that.
Arissa's retweeting us. Hang on, thank you Arissa for retweeting.
Oh
and
yeah,
commenting.
that's a good point.
Because without you, who in Canada would know who we are?
Nikki
Graham, she's back over here.
Right, we're off. Thanks very much for
Thank
listening.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.